to If These Walls Could Talk. I'm Wendy Stuart.
Well, that must mean that I'm Tym Moss then. Hi.
All day long. Well, wait a minute. I don't know. Maybe you're a doppelganger.
I could be a figment of your imagination.
It's so good to see you.
It's good to see you.
In the flesh.
Yes.
Look, he's like real.
Flesh is always good.
We all agree. And when you see who we have as our guest today, you're going to agree with us too. Oh my God, Tim, it was so hot. It wasn't supposed to be this hot today. What is going on?
I don't know. I
had to leave the AC on for the rabbits. Okay. Don't even ask what my electrical bill is going to be.
I'm so scared.
Little Butterscotch and Bianca Del Bunny can hop around the apartment and be comfortable, right?
In all that fur.
And all that fur, right? And all that fur. So I just had the best. I did a Zoom meeting that was a reading for a new play.
Oh, nice. 3.5
hours.
Oh, goodness.
I know. It was really, we started at 5 and we finished at it was 3 hours and 15 minutes, but I can't say the name of it or anything, but I never spent that long on Zoom doing a reading before. Right. You know, I moved into a new age range while I was there. I don't know, they cast me for one character and I'm sure I'm going to write me in as something else. No, I'm just kidding. But this Sunday, I want to call everyone's attention out to is Christmas in July with the Imperial Court of New York. As you know, all of our shows, we donate money to other LGBTQ organizations. It's a $10 suggested donation. I say suggested because if you can't do 10, come buy a raffle ticket. Just come and support the Imperial Court of New York. I am doing a new original piece that I wrote. It's very funny. What I make up for in Yucks is good because I can't sing. So hopefully you'll come and hear it.
I've heard you sing, really sing sometimes.
No, it's not really singing, Timothy. I love him. He's a real singer. It's not really singing because I can't sustain his song because my voice is all over the place. Now, if I had a voice teacher, that might help. Okay?
But I've heard you perform before where you knocked it out of the park.
I knocked it out of the park. I have a witness. Oh, don't come on Sunday and make me knock it out of the park. I can't take the pressure. Saturday night, if you're hanging out around Stonewall, guess what? We have a really special guest who's going to play the piano for you, Randy Edelman. So if you can come on by, I will be there, and so will a bunch of other people I know. So we'd love to see you. Yes. It's all good.
This last weekend, after a rain delay, I hosted, performed, and stage managed Bronx Pride.
Yes,
which was absolutely wonderful. It was
Apollonia.
Great. Apollonia Cruz is the producer of it, and it was her 15th year doing it. Wow. And it was a lot of fun up at Crotona Park. So. Yeah,
and I'm sure it was well attended.
Yes. Yeah. And also after I left there and packed all of my costume bags and was dragging home.
Well, how many did you have this time?
3.
In the heat.
Yes.
You
with the walker and I did that number and all of that.
It's got a lot of stuff, a lot of props.
Yes. So, on my way home, I was like, this was my last Pride of the season. Thank God.
Well, you know what? Tim can say that. It's not my last Pride. August 2nd, if you come out to Pennsylvania, I am doing Pike County Pride and the amazing Betty Buttons. I'm doing a rerun of an interview I did with her tonight on TriVersity Talk, my other show at 7:00. Betty Buttons is our headliner. Well, she's a headliner because she's our only act. But Betty Buttons, you know what? That girl can hold her own. She is a wonderful performer and another one that gives so much to the LGBTQ community.
Yeah. So, and the other night, my friend Britta Filter, who was on RuPaul's Drag Race, had back surgery and looks like she will have to give up drag. If not permanently, at least for like a year. God. And she's got more surgeries to go, but she's really had a rough time with this. And they had a fundraiser the other night at Red Eye, which I stopped by, and that was very fun. She couldn't be there, of course, because I went over to see her, and then she went out the next day, for a walk, and I was like, stay home and rest.
Right.
So she did. She stayed home and rested.
She may be back in the saddle sooner than you think, just not in heels. Other people I know from the drag world that have had that, they're just not in heels again. But Britta's such a great talent.
And the problem is once you put on I was talking to another friend of mine that was at Bronx Pride who was not doing drag that day because when you put all the outfit on and all of that, and you get out there and you start getting all revved up and, oh yeah, let me do a jump split. Yeah. And you just kind of get caught up in the moment. I can totally relate to that.
Right.
When you're on stage and you start getting daring. And, let me do this.
You get all confident, right? The adrenaline starts pumping.
And speaking of drag.
Well, speaking of drag and adrenaline, our guest today is the first time ever going to do a jump split on the show. No, we're just kidding. She's probably freaking out hearing me say that. We're not at all. And you know what? They don't have to. They are drag legends.
Absolutely.
From the late 70s, first drag performer at the Anvil, which I remember. I did a fleeting few minutes in the Anvil, one of the few women that's ever been there. But they have just absolutely continued to reinvent, turn it out, do good for the community. And I was lucky enough to go to their show at the Judson Church a few weeks ago. And I'm like, I have to have this person on the show. They are going to be doing another show October 30th. We will be talking about that. Enough about all of this. Please welcome the infamous, the legendary Ruby Rims. Slide on in, darling. We work a little. She's sliding in all her life. Why should today be any different, right? Just come on in. You're getting closer. I can see your face on the screen. You got more to go. We didn't tell you about this part of it, huh? Here, we can.
The legs? Yeah, that one leg.
Do you want to move the table?
Move everything back.
Okay. Tim, hold everything good. We don't want to lose the stream. Okay. You got it, Tim?
Hold on. Let's try that.
How's that? Right. Can you get in?
We work in very tight quarters on this show.
I don't know nothing about tight.
It's good, girl. You haven't had tight in how long?
Let's
there.
Try that.
Okay. All right.
How's that?
We're good. We haven't watched the thing.
Oh, there. Let's try that.
Great. Tim's got it all together. There's nothing like a smooth beginning. Come on, hon. You're doing good. You got just this little seat to slide on in. Did I say slide on in? That's not even a word. Okay,
there.
We're good. You're so close. I can taste it. Okay. Just be careful of you're good, Tim.
Move right about there. All right. How about that?
And here comes Tym Moss pulling up the rear.
We're all in.
I feel like we're at a racetrack.
Pulling up the rear.
Oh my God. It's every innuendo. I'm sorry. You bring that out in me. That's what you bring out in people.
And I'm going to tilt that down just a hair.
Let us all welcome Ruby Rims to the show. And we're all here. We are snug as a bug in a rug here today. Ain't that
I just
the
hope
truth?
I don't get pregnant again.
Well, we know who.
God knows you'll try.
We know who the donor is if it happens.
How are you doing?
I'm all right for an old drag queen.
No, you know what though? Listen, you were on fire on stage that night. There was no old drag queen up there, but there was a person with so much history. And that's why I really wanted you here today. If we don't have history from people like you, what do we have? You know, other people, other drag queens will come along and rewrite it to suit themselves. And you are an original. And again, you know, people don't even remember the Anvil.
Well, you have all these young people now, it's history that all the gay boys still come to New York. And in my day, you always know somebody's old when they say "in my day."
Yeah, back in my day, the gay boys used to come to New York.
In my day, all the boys came to the Village because it was was a safe haven. And I performed, of course, at the Anvil and all the different places. The first club I ever performed at in New York City was actually the Limelight.
Not the church. 7th Avenue Limelight, right?
Where was that at? 7th
Avenue between Barrow and between Grove and Barrow.
7th Avenue. A lot of people don't know that they're right.
I didn't know that. I don't remember that.
There was the Limelight, I performed there with my friend, I kind of dragged Mother David Miller, who did Cher and Bette Midler and Barbara Streisand to a T. And he brought me, I met him in Newark.
Because you're from Newark originally, right?
I was born and raised in Newark. Don't cry for me, Newark.
Newark.
I'm glad I love
Truth is, I'm glad I left there.
And so I'm jumping around, but that's all right.
Yeah, we're fine. We
sorry,
jump
but
around.
at-
We
at
also
Limelight.
go
back to
down
the book, as I promised.
we go down rabbit holes here too,
Yeah.
just so you know.
I go down any hole.
So you were talking about.
So
you should-
named Ruby Rivers for
I
nothing.
know. She picks up on everyone I throw at her. You do not disappoint, Ruby
Yeah.
Rims.
So, but you
haven't
were
lost
talking.
any
You were
of it,
talking about the
yes.
Limelight, and with David Miller, and
Yeah.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
and my first gay bar that I ever went to was on the east side of 50th Street, and it was the Round Table.
Mm.
That used to be Rounds. Didn't that was
no,
it no?
no. Rounds was down the street. No,
That was a hustler bar.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Rounds was closer to the second. The Round Table was on 50th Street between Lex and Third.
Well,
Uh-huh.
And I would go there, get the bus from Newark and go to New York and go to the Round Table. And this was, mind you, this was 1971, only 2 years after Stonewall.
Wow.
So I was there one evening, and all of a sudden the lights went up. And I'm thinking, oh shit, we're having a raid.
Oh
And all of a
God.
sudden I hear, showtime! You know, what the f- is showtime? And out came this drag queen by the name of John LaFleur.
Uh-huh.
John LaFleur.
John LaFleur.
John LaFleur.
John LaFleur. And I'm watching him lip singing, and I'm thinking to myself, I could do that.
Mhm.
I could do it better.
I love it.
God bless you, John LaFleur,
Yeah.
wherever you are.
But I love that you had inspiration. This
Well,
kid
I
from
wanted-
Newark.
I was given Newark, who did shows in high school, and I
was
didn't
gonna
go-
ask
I
that.
didn't go to college. I was not college material.
Yeah, you're not. You're right. I
I
kind
was
of.
not college material, and I was not the brightest bulb at GE. I'm still not, but I still wanted to perform. And when I saw that, and of course I got dressed up on Halloween because Halloween is my birthday.
Ah.
The only other days I could have been born on April Fool or Immaculate Conception.
I love it.
I was at the Round Table, and I'm thinking, I really could do that. So 2 years later, when I was 20, a little bar was open in Newark called the Other World. And I would go there quite a bit. And one evening I said to one of the owners, I said, Sal, I'm going to get dressed up and do like 2 songs on Saturday. I do it? And he said, sure. So I did. And I came out. In those days I lip sang.
Do you remember what songs you did?
Yeah.
Yes, I certainly did.
Oh wow.
I did Big O Ruby Red Dress. Because
Yes.
Helen Reddy's Big O
Which
Ruby
I just listened
Ruby
to
Red
on the
Dress.
show. When I saw that I couldn't believe it. That song is in my head.
Yeah. Never me. I lip sang the Big O Ruby Red Dress and I Feel Pretty from West Side Story.
Oh yes, yes.
I love this.
And so and that was it. That
Mm-hmm.
was it. And then the drag shows started coming in because of that. And David Miller and all these other queens and Jackie Nicole and Carla Marlowe and Ricky Giannis and all these people started coming to the Other World. And David kind of took me under his wing, and I did that. David would change. So during his changes, he had to have somebody come on. So I went on. And one evening, God help me, this is a true story. I came in, there was a gentleman in the neighborhood, black gentleman, that had a horse.
Was he hung like a horse or he had a horse?
No, a boat.
Thought I would
I
ask.
have no idea. I didn't
Okay.
do either one of them.
Okay.
But Wilbur, why'd you do that? Anyway, I said to him, I'm doing a show. Can I come in on the horse?
Oh God, yes.
So I came
love
out
it.
on a fucking horse,
So theatrical.
lip singing to Kate Smith, God Bless
Yeah.
America. And I'm saying, God bless America, land that I love, from the mountain to the... I know, stand beside her and guide her through the night with a
On the
light
horse.
above. On the horse. And then I get down off the horse, and from the mountains to the
I
prairies,
just love it.
to the ocean, white with foam. Boom. The horse shits all over the stairs.
Oh.
On cue, I may add.
On
It was
cue.
on cue.
On cue. On cue. So help me God.
God bless
It's, you know,
America.
you know what?
God bless America.
It was the high note that must have done it.
Yeah, it probably was Kate Smith. I know. And it was, and they screamed.
Darling, you were a star.
All the queens
They loved
screamed.
it.
And of course, David's partner, who was Frank Capasto, made the most gorgeous gowns in the world for David, and a lot of other people. But he was just, and Frank, they were whatever. And Frankie back there going, the gowns. And David's laughing hysterically. Fuck the gowns. And so they cleaned up, the gentleman out there was cleaning up the stage, and but it was, that was, there was no horsing
This
around.
is not that night. But what's so amazing to me, this is like a little gay bar in Newark. Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that's really how you got your start.
That's how I got my start.
But see,
and David brought me to the limelight. And
On 7th Avenue South.
On 7th Avenue South. And that's how it started. Then I started performing at other places.
Ice Palace, you mentioned before.
I've been performed at the Ice Palace.
57th Street.
Before that, in 1976, I was at, I'm having a brain fart. It was the Gilded Grape.
Mm.
Oh, I didn't even know they had shows at the Gilded Grape. Yeah,
the
wow.
Gilded Grape was kind of a bar for drag and trans people, and people would come, guys would come in and wanted, I can say anything, right?
Yes.
Guys would come in and say they wanted chicks with dicks.
Mm-hmm.
So they came in and they would come in and pick up the trannies and whatever they did, they did. So it was 1976. It was the ships came in for the bicentennial.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. You had all those sailors.
Yes.
Oh, I remember. I was here in 76. That's when I came here. The sailors.
Talk about a seaman.
I
Seamen
bet,
everywhere.
Yeah, I bet you were up to your knees in it in that club.
Well, what happened was I had done a set. The back room was the showroom.
Mm-hmm.
Front bar was where
Pick up.
Yeah. The back room was showroom, and so I did a little show. I was in drag, and I'm sitting at the bar, and all of a sudden, bartender Mona says, "Sailor wants to buy you a drink." And I went, "Okay." So I had a rum and coke, and all of a sudden he starts coming over, starts talking to me, and we're talking, have a nice conversation. And finally he says to me, "Would you like to go to a hotel?"
Oh, talk a little louder.
Yeah.
Would you like to go
would you like to go to a
hotel? And I looked at him and I says, "You do know I'm a man, right?" And he said, "You do know I've been on a ship for 6 months."
That's incredible. That's like a joke, and it's for real. It was very much for real. Where was he from? Do you remember?
I don't remember. I do know he was a sailor in a white.
I love it.
Nice.
I love it.
But see, what a lot of the younger ones.
Kiss me, sailor.
Yes.
You walk out the door, baby. Bye bye, sailor boy, because your sinking's away once more. Remember that?
Yes.
That was great. And by the way, my friend Terrence Tierney, who knows you, wanted you to sing live today also. So you just did it.
There
You
we go.
satisfied him. Thank you.
I always try to sing live as opposed to dead.
Get right. Exactly. So,
But what the younger generation doesn't really understand is during that time, we were not able, like you were not able to ride the subway in drag.
Oh no.
Like
Yeah,
we
yeah.
had, we were very hidden from society, and it was very dangerous to do. You would have to take your clothes and go to the club.
exactly.
The gay people, you could
when
not hold hands
when
while
I-
walking down the street.
When I first started doing drag, I did a show at the Other World, and we would go to Howard Johnson's.
Hojo's.
Howard Hojo's open faced turkey sandwich with
on the-
gravy.
on the Parkway, and near Bloomfield. And anyways, we go to Howard
Joycey.
Johnson's, and in those days, you had to have on 3 pieces of men's clothing.
Wow.
If you didn't,
They had a criteria.
yes, you had on
Like no jeans or tank tops like that. It was like 3 pieces of men's clothing.
You had 3 pieces
Wow.
of men's clothing on, or else they could arrest you.
Wow.
So we all wore 3 pair of underwear.
Count them. 3 pair of underwear. You have certainly, I mean, you've really, really seen it all.
Yeah.
By the time you got to the Anvil, now we're in the 80s.
No.
Late
no,
70s,
no,
late
no,
70s.
no,
What
we're
year?
70s.
78.
I started performing there in January of 1977.
Wow.
77,
Now
right.
tell everybody
Yeah.
about the Anvil.
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord.
Don't bring the Lord into it because we're all going to go to hell. But I
And a
certainly remember,
handbasket.
and a
I have
handbasket.
one.
Let's talk about it from the very beginning because there never was a place like it again.
Mhm.
Oh, no. I would go there after shows in Jersey, and one night one of the bartenders, Mason Love, said, "We're going to this club in New York City. I really think you'll like it. Want to come with us?"
You'll like it.
And I said, "What?" And I had changed out of drag, and they said, "Well, what is it?" It's called the Anvil. So I went, and well, that's how it started. The manager at the time, Gary Spokes, came up to me and said, "I hear you do drag." I said, yeah. He said, "Your Ruby Rims." I said, "Yes." And he said, "I want you to do a set next week."
Oh my
I want you
goodness.
to do a set next week, do a show next week.
Because there were not live performances
as a
there.
goof.
Just dancers.
Oh, as a goof.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
I want you to do
Yeah, they
a
were just
show as a
dancers.
goof
Okay.
because you're going to follow Toby, and Toby did the fist fucking show.
Oh, okay.
That's a tough act to follow, Ruby.
in more ways than one.
Yeah, really.
But they stopped it because it got out of hand. Hey, we're here a week in the
The
week.
hook is coming.
But anyway, I remember the
You're killing me.
stage was high. The stage had 3 stairs to it. So when you were standing around the stage, you were eye level with the floor of the stage.
Mhm.
So it was high. And it was not very big. It wasn't very much bigger than these 2 tables put
Oh,
together.
wow.
Maybe a little
Oh,
longer.
Goodness.
But
That would be quite a
very
tumble.
wide.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. And of course, the stage is full of freaking Crisco.
Oh,
He had
God.
just got-
Yeah, right. No, that was actually dangerous. I'm sorry, but the mother in me is coming
Yes,
out. You
absolutely.
could have
was.
slept.
Absolutely.
And they
Could've
had
slept.
dancers on the bar. And they saw that I was going to be going on. And 2 of the dancers got down, little Steven, and another dancer who used to dance in a big Indian headdress with bells on his wrists and bells on his ankles and a loincloth with nothing underneath it. And they got down off the bar, and that Indian was Felipe Rose, who was the Indian,
who I told to tune in today.
The
So
Native
American. Just only say nice things.
He was the Native American in Village people.
Yeah.
Yes, he was, and lots of people at that time said, "What's an Indian doing in the Village people?" Well, he was a dancer in the Village at the end.
And there you go. That's all right. That's all anybody needs to know. Right.
And so they wiped the stage down, and I climbed up 3 stairs, of course, in heels. I started to do my number. And the back of the stage was mirrors,
Oh my God, how
Of course.
disorienting. Slippery and mirrors. Oh my goodness.
And all I'm thinking to myself is, dear God, just let me slide off this freaking thing. And luckily I didn't. And I did the show and they went nuts.
And they went nuts. What were the
They
songs?
went-
Do you remember what you sang?
I know I did maybe.
Maybe
by the 3 Degrees. because
Wow.
that whole rap thing. Girls, it's hard to find a guy that really blows your mind. I did maybe, and not sure what the first. I'm not sure what the first one was, but
one of the songs.
But they
was
obviously
maybe,
it went over very well.
It went over, and they went nuts, and I left and
you didn't fall.
Because you have to understand the
Didn't fall.
Anvil was kind of known as a sex
It
club.
was a sex.
Where-
the sex
where-
club was all
I thought
downstairs.
I thought the sex was downstairs,
Yeah,
and
it
then on the
was, and
main
the
floor
band-
was
yeah.
kind of a dance floor, right?
Originally, when I first started, wasn't downstairs. It was in the back. There was a
Mhm.
small room in the back, and that's where we went. And our dressing room was upstairs in the hotel.
The
Okay.
hideaway, the
Hideaway.
hotel.
We rented by the hour.
Yeah.
Rented by the hour. But we had a dressing room up there. Like the first couple of weeks I was there, and then they decided they were going to take that little back room there and turn it into our dressing room and open up downstairs.
Mhm.
And that's how downstairs open.
So you kind of started live entertainment.
Yeah.
Singing. They already had live entertainment.
They did a live entertainment. They had
They were up to their elbow in
they
live
had-
entertainment.
Yeah, and they had fire dancers and bolero acts. They had
I
love it.
Yuba-
Fire. They had
Yuba did
fire.
fire dance.
Yeah, they have fire
And
dance.
Michael Blaze did a fire dance, and I can't think he did a whole dance with a cape, and I'm having a brain fart.
But
there was
you were the
shows
drag
that-
You
act.
started. Yeah.
I started the drag at the end.
Yeah.
You know,
And then others started coming in, right?
like Lena of Boston,
Yeah.
and Pepper Fox, and then one of the boys that danced on the bar, Leroy, became Loretta Fox because they were realizing they made more money in tips and drag.
Yeah,
than they would
probably,
dancing.
yes,
But you
yes.
started
Man,
it. They
Betsy.
must have like watched what you were
Oh,
doing
yeah,
and
they
like,
s- and they-
like
they
she's
watched all
making
the-
all the
They
money.
watched all the money come in. They watched
Right.
the tips come in. And, I know what it was. It was champagne taste.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Eartha Kitt.
Eartha Kitt.
Champagne
Wow.
taste. And
You have, by the way, an incredible memory. I know you keep
Absolutely.
saying I can't remember 3/4 of what you remember. I don't know how you do
And
it.
so I left the bar that night, and I went back 2 weeks later, and he said, "Where have you been?" I said, "Jersey." And he said, "Gary's been looking for you." So I found Gary, and he says, "You did a good job that night." Thank you. He said, "You want a job?" And I went, "Yeah." They paid me more than they paid anybody in the bar. They paid me $50 a night.
Oh, wow.
In those days,
That was a chunk of change,
Yeah.
girl.
There was a decent bit of money. I got paid $50 a night. I did 2 sets.
And tips.
2 sets. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
2 sets. One at 3
3 a.m.
a.m. and one at 5:30.
Oh, my
5:30.
goodness.
5:30 was always packed.
Uh-huh.
To the gill.
Wow.
And
And then they would go to work from there.
Yeah.
Fresh as
no,
a daisy.
They went to
Just
bed. They
jumping.
went to bed from there.
I know.
Because they
They're
all
all
worked as
night.
bartenders. So when,
Oh,
when the bars
God, I
closed at
remember
4,
this.
in those days the bars closed at 4. Nowadays
right.
they're open till 1 and 2.
Right.
Yeah.
But,
Right, that
that's
has-
another
yeah.
thing that has changed. But they worked till 4, and then they would come off. And
Everybody
they wanted to
come
have their
piling in.
drink, and they wanted to have their fun.
Yeah.
So they all piled into the
Came to the
anvil.
anvil.
And
Uh-huh.
of course, I was doing drag then, so everybody was like, "Oh, you got to see the drag queen at the anvil."
That drag queen. It's so funny, right? You were like the drag queen.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah.
Were you
Now,
living
was that
at
where you
home? I
had-
just wanted to know, where were you living
I
at that point?
oh God, I was still at home in Jersey,
In
Uh-huh.
Newark. It's
in
incredible.
Newark, and then but when I realized I was going to be working 5 nights a week there, I got a hotel room at the Chelsea.
And that brought you to the Chelsea
I went into
Hotel.
Chelsea Hotel. I was there for 10 months. I was performing at the Anvil. Then after about a year, I went to Gary and said, "I'm just," because I had also, being I was only doing 1 set in those days. On weekdays, I was doing 1 set, so I had to dance on the bar.
Mm-hmm.
And then they lost the bartender, and Gary says, "You know the bartender?" I said, "Yeah." So I became a bartender. So I would have half my garb on and work behind the bar.
The money must have been rolling in for
Yeah.
you, Ruby Rims, in those days.
Well, in those days, I made some money from the one show. I also made money in tips from the
Uh-huh.
bar.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
And then I still got my $50, and then I decided that I went to Gary. I said to Gary, and I was behind the bar one night. This is a great story. I was behind the bar one night, serving this man, and it turns out he was a detective. He was a police officer.
He was
And
a
he
police
was a police
officer when you were behind the bar.
And the ABC came in, alcohol beverage control people came in, and they closed the bar down, and I got arrested for the first time in my life.
Oh, my goodness.
And I was shaking like a leaf.
You were scared,
I was
yeah.
scared to death, and I was half in drag and half not. And I said to the arresting officer, I said, "Can I please get out of this shit?" And he said, "Go ahead and change." And as I'm changing, the ABC guys come in and say, "What are you doing?" And I'm changing. No, you're not. So meanwhile, I'm in underwear on the road.
Oh my God.
And with half my face
With
off,
half
her face off, and me to go over, and I have to go back outside, and the police officer said, "What happened?" He told me I couldn't get change. He looked at me and said, "Go get change." And I got changed, and they took me to jail. I was shaking like a leaf, and they tried to fingerprint me, and I couldn't stop shaking. And he said, "Stop shaking!" And of course, you're going to shake more.
Yeah, right.
He was an idiot. But anyway, we had to go back. We got a $50 fine, which they paid. And it was an experience.
Yeah.
But it was all forgotten.
Now
you landed fine.
Yeah. And then you moved over to 88s, right?
Oh, no.
No, there was a lot in between.
A lot in between. So I'm the first Christmas, I'm at the Anvil. It's Christmas Eve. And I had just finished, we was finishing my second set. And of course, they always screamed and yelled, more. It was really horror.
Sounded like more.
It sounded like more. So I grabbed a hold of the microphone, and Chico Starr, who was the MC there, a dancer, looked at me like, "What are you doing?" And I grabbed a hold of the microphone. I said, "You really want one more?" And they went, "Yeah." I said, "Oh, I need you to get very quiet. I'm going to do something I've never done here." And I sang a cappella. That's a musical term for we can't afford a band.
Right.
I sang a cappella, "Oh Holy Night."
Nice.
Can you tell us what it sounded like? Can you do it?
Come
on, a couple.
Well, it was really
beautiful.
Something for me, because I hadn't sang "A Holy Night" since I was a kid in church when I was 16 years old.
Of course.
I used to sing in church, all the cantatas and all the things, until I was 16 years old. The minister came to me and said, "You're not welcome here anymore. You're homosexual."
Wow.
And so I had not sang "Oh Holy Night." So
that's
that
lot.
would be very emotional.
Right.
It was very emotional. And when I got to the part, fall on your knees, it brought a whole new interpretation. And it was, and they realized I could sing. And as I'm walking off stage, I to the restroom room, someone grabs a hold of my arm. And I turn around, and the gentleman's name was John Healy, and he owned the duplex.
Okay.
The original duplex on 55 Grove Street.
Yeah.
Right.
And he turned to me and said, "Ruby, why are you lip syncing?" And I said, "Well, that's what I do." And he said, "Before this next year is over, you're going to do a live show at the duplex."
Nice.
And the gentleman standing next to him was named Richard Burke. And he was a musical director, pianist, and he said, "I'll play for you."
Nice.
And I put a live show together at the duplex. And the last number I did was "What Makes a Man a Man."
Incredible. I love how it all came together, though. Look,
Where I changed.
Yeah, you changed it to the man.
I changed it to the man.
Right.
Wow,
But
that's
I love
amazing.
it. Yeah, but
That's
look at how this whole
amazing.
thing came together.
Yeah. And then years later, a few years later, I was working at Duplex at I did 1 o'clock shows. I think I just stopped later on when the Anvil was set to be a little. I was doing a live show one evening. I was doing a show at the Duplex one evening, and 2 boys who were fans came in, and they brought someone with them. And I did "What Makes a Man a Man." And when the show was over, they came over and introduced me to this wonderful woman by the name of Lee Hancock. And she was the associate minister at Judson.
It started way back then for you with Judson. Wow.
It started in 1984.
That's incredible history with that
in
church.
1984, because in 1983 I had my 30th birthday, which I had in the back room of Don't Tell Mamas.
Of course, it was the back room.
The cabaret room.
Just
So anyway, so they I lost my train of thought.
You were talking about you had done this in the back room of Don't Tell Mama. It was your 30th birthday.
It was my 30th birthday, and in the following year, I was at the Duplex, and Lee Hancock was there, And she turned to me and said, I would love for you to do that number for my service.
Hmm.
And I looked at her like she was out of her fucking mind. And I said, you want me to do that for your service? She says, yes, I'm doing a sermon on the day before Halloween called The Unveiling of Our Mass in Our Everyday Lives.
Wow.
And it was, as
Excellent.
you said,
October 30th,
October 30th,
which is when your next show is. This is just so this is so incredible.
Well, I planned it that way. But and it will actually be let me see, 84.
That would be 42 years ago.
It will be 42 years ago.
42 years
yeah.
ago.
42 years ago.
So-
this October.
So you have been an incredible trailblazer in the drag community and in LGBT entertainment. And also they discovered that you could sing, and we have a video
We do.
to prove it.
Oh,
So
God bless
She
you
can
all.
sing.
let's go to the
She
video
can really sing.
of Ruby Rims,
Yeah,
and
I
then
lo-
we're
I
going to
love this
come
song.
back. We're going to come back and find out.
Baby cried the day the circus came to town, 'cause she didn't like parades just passing by her. So she painted on a smile and took off with some clown. And she danced without a net upon the wire. I know a lot about her, 'cause you see, baby is an awful lot like me. Don't cry out loud, just keep it inside and learn how to hide your feelings. Lie high and proud, and if you should fall, remember you almost had it all. If you saw them when they pulled the big top down, they left behind her dreams among the litter, and a different kind of love she thought she'd found was nothing more than sawdust and some glitter. But baby can't be broken, 'cause you see, she had the finest teacher. That was me. I told her, don't cry out loud, just keep it inside and learn how to hide your feelings. Lie high and proud, and if you should fall, remember you almost made it. Don't cry out loud, just keep it inside and learn how to hide your feelings. Lie high and proud, and if you should fall, remember you almost had it all. Don't cry out
Yes.
I felt like
yes,
crying.
Yes. Yes.
That was so emotional. That was really an amazing rendition.
That was by our wonderful guest, Ruby Rims.
Yes.
Now tell everybody, how did you get the name Ruby Rims?
Well, not only a name is a statement.
It sure is.
I hung out with a group of boys from Newark. My friend Stephen Mustachio, and Jimmy G, and Carl Nufrio, and Stephen Mustachio.
Stephen Mustachio rhymes with pistachio. Got it.
We all hung out together, and Stephen. Everybody in those days called each other Mary.
Mary this.
Mary was a boy's name.
Right.
And so Stephen wasn't going to have it, so he gave us all girls' names. And Jimmy G was a tall white boy with blue eyes that wanted to be Diana Ross. So we called him Diane.
Diane.
And Stephen was Celeste because he was the Italian mother. And Carl was Blanche. Nino was Nanette. Donald was Lisa, and we referred to him as Lumpy Lisa because he had real bad complexion. Yeah, terrible, but true. And Stephen called me Ruby, and I asked Stephen one day, I said, "Why did you pick Ruby?" And he says, "Because you're a gem."
Oh,
that's so sweet. But then I had to go mess it up with Rim.
So you've kind of been known as Ruby.
No, I was known as
Ruby.
Ms.
Ruby.
Ms. Ruby.
And then I was at the bathhouse in Newark, New Jersey.
Here's where it goes downhill.
I had this boy who I adored and was friends with, and I really wanted him. And so he's laying upstairs in the orgy room on his stomach, and I get behind him and I start to
rim him,
and the lights went up.
Hopefully not another ray.
No, it wasn't another ray. Thank God. No, I wanted to know. And he looked at me and said, "Ruby rims."
Yeah. And it stuck. That was it.
That was it.
That was stuck. Wow.
You hear that name once.
Yeah.
And you'll never forget.
Yeah. Right.
And that was the smartest thing I ever did in my freaking life.
Yes.
Was pick that name because you hear it once and people laugh, of course. And my biggest thing was the day that I knew I had really made it, I was on the first time on Phil Donahue's show. And as we're talking like we are now, my name comes across national television.
I love it. No, that's it. That hit home.
And of course,
right,
you're not supposed to be looking in the monitor, but of course, and I'm looking in the monitor, making sure the girls are
right.
They're even. And I see the ruby rims, and I'm thinking to myself as I'm actually talking, somewhere in Peoria, there's two hair burners laughing their fucking tits off. And that's when I went, okay. You made a little something. You did a little something.
That's it. It's interesting because Donahue is so mainstream, really mainstream show. You really.
But he was, God bless Phil Donahue.
Yeah.
Because number one, he put me on national television. But he also, he was an advocate.
Yeah.
He wanted to show people there were diversity and rather than just old white people.
Right.
And he did that, and God bless him for it.
And he was respectful and not exploitive.
He was an advocate.
Yes.
Geraldo was an exploiter.
That's why I brought that up. I did that show. I know you did that show. It was sensational, and it was about objectifying the guest, and that's an important thing to know when you do a show like that. That's all he was interested in, to make himself look like showmanship.
Yeah. And Phil wasn't like that.
No.
He wanted people to understand.
Yeah.
Teach me.
And thank you for saying that.
And I also, before that, it wasn't national television, but it was Channel 5. I did Bill Boggs.
Bill Boggs, the Bill Boggs show.
The second time I did Bill Boggs, I did it with Divine.
Yes.
I love Divine.
I did
what an incredible talent. And what a trailblazer.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I want to say we started close to the same time.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's how the Ruby Rims came about.
Yeah.
And it's stuck. It made it to national TV.
Made it to national television, and you know.
You also had Ethel Merman encounter.
Yeah.
I certainly
Did I
did.
Of a
not?
close kind. Where, first of all, tell us where the encounter happened.
It happened at the Ice Palace. And there was an Ice Palace.
My first
Ice
gay
Palace
bar.
57.
Yeah,
It was on
57th
Yeah,
57th
57th.
Street between 6th and 5th.
I love dancing
Uh-huh.
Or
there.
6th, yeah, 6th Mill. And I was there. I was doing a show the following week. So I was there to promote the show. And I'm there in drag with my own hair, which was kind of red auburnish, had a red henna in it. And I'm well dressed. And Lou Prince, who was one of the owners of the duplex, came over and said, Ruby, I want to introduce you to Ethel Merman. Now, I had seen Ethel Merman in my first musical, which was Hello, Dolly.
Wow.
And Hello, Dolly was written, in case you all didn't know, was written for Ethel Merman.
Wow.
But she did not play it until the end.
Hmm. You saw
So
her.
I
in it,
saw
yeah.
her in it. It was my first musical. It wasn't my first show. I could tell you about the first show. But I saw it, and I wanted to get her autograph, and they wished her out the door.
Oh.
So here I am 8 years later at the Ice Palace and being introduced to Ethel Merman. And
Okay, what was she doing at
So
the
was
Ice
she
Palace? So
performing?
yeah.
Or hanging out.
she was there promoting.
So they were going to have her come up on stage.
No,
to-
No,
she
it
was
wasn't
just
like
there.
that,
She,
yeah.
No, she was just there.
Having a bottle of champagne probably with her people, but
Yes,
that's an unusual
yeah.
place for her to be.
Yeah, no, what I forgot the moment. Actually, it wasn't.
I mean, it's like small,
And she's
you
sitting
know.
next
It's
to
small,
Michael.
it's a
She's
small
sitting
club.
next to Michael Giametta, who was the publisher of Michael's Thing magazine.
Wow.
And so Lou Prince says, Ethel, I want to introduce you to one of New York's best female impersonators. This is Ruby Rims. And she turns to Lou and says, say that name again.
You
And
did it
he's-
so
And
perfectly.
he said, Ruby Rims. And she turned to me and she said, well, do ya?
Oh, God.
And for the first time in my life,
You had nothing to say, did
I
you?
was speechless. I was
know.
totally fucking speechless. And she just, number one, I was speechless because I was starstruck. And number two, I
I
was
would've been
speechless
too.
because she knew what rims meant.
Yes, right.
But you know, Ethel was a little bit of a dirty girl.
She was a dirty old,
Yeah,
she was a dirty
yeah.
old broad.
Dirty
Yes,
old
she was.
broad.
Yes, she
Dirty old
was.
broad.
Right.
And so I just stood there and she said, I love your hair. I went, oh, it's mine. And she's, yes, so's this. And I said, well, very nice to meet you. And I just and I turned around and I laughed because I
Yeah. It's one of
It's
those
funny.
moments.
Yeah.
I'm sure one of those moments like, did that just happen?
yes.
Did that?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Like-
definitely.
But that is a really
Yeah.
cool
That's
story.
classic.
Really,
Definitely,
really
yeah.
cool
And
story.
then, yeah, and then I did the show the following week, and I got to meet a few people in my life.
Yeah.
More
The
than
tall.
a
You had a
few.
tall drag queen come in. one
Oh
night.
yeah, well after everybody started, the Queen started performing at the Anvil,
Right.
because they realized
Because of you.
Yeah.
also I was
You were
making money.
groundbreaking.
I was-
Right,
I was
right.
making money. I was making tips, and that's where you made your money.
Absolutely.
And they didn't get paid as much as I did because I got paid $50 a night. In those days, that was a lot of money.
Yeah.
But anyway, I started it, and one evening we started. The other queens started coming in, and then on Sunday evenings we had guest spots,
Hmm.
and
Ah,
different queens would come in as guest spots. And one Sunday evening, this tall freaking drag queen comes into the back to get ready, and I'm looking at her, and then she puts on heels, and I'm going,
she's big.
"Hello there," and it was RuPaul.
Oh my
Amazing.
God. Uh-huh.
It was RuPaul.
Amazing. What year was that?
That was probably the 80s.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
When in the 80s was it? Because it was before Wigstock and all of that.
Right.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is the beginning of Rue's career.
83,
Wow.
82,
Uh-huh.
83 possibly.
Uh-huh.
It was the beginning of Ruth's
Yeah.
career. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was the beginning of her career.
And did a guest spot, and I never heard from her since.
Yeah.
Now she's famous, and I'm here with you too.
Oh my God, she said it.
Now
We are so happy to be here with
I'm
you.
only,
Now
I'm only serious.
I know, honey.
I'm only serious.
We're just kidding. We're all kidders here
Now,
today.
I've run into you at a couple of events with our good friend Eric Botcher, who is a state senator, an absolutely
Yes.
gorgeous
Yeah.
I
man.
mean, he's my
Beautiful.
future ex-husband.
Yeah.
He's very
we
handsome.
even- you and I-
I'm sorry. He performed with me one night at my show at one of my shows at
Well, he's been playing
Judson.
guitar
At
lately.
Judson,
Playing guitar.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
fun.
playing guitars like 2 years ago. I wanted to do a little tribute to my brother because I love my brother, and he went through some shit because of me. Because you know, hey, you queer like your brother, you suck dick, and he had to deal with that.
Wow.
And it wasn't my fault, but you know,
Yeah.
boys are boys, and so he went through a lot. And my brother played guitar,
Oh, nice.
and one of the songs he played that I loved was "All My Life Is a Circle,"
Mhm.
and it has been.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
It really, truly has been.
Really.
It-
The line of events, the circle of events that happened for you was just really amazing. You are, though, a true survivor. You
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
when AIDS was
Gloria
raging.
Gaynor has nothing on
I
me.
know, right?
Nothing. Love you, Gloria.
I
Nothing
lost
on me.
so many people the first go around in AIDS,
Oh,
which
my
was
God,
in
yeah.
the 80s,
The
right? As
mid-80s.
I'm sure you
Yeah.
did too.
And that's why all the backroom bars closed.
Right.
Mhm.
There were, I have to tell you, and I didn't say this, but a lot of people did, that the Anvil was just one of the places where a lot of people got sick and exposed back in the day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And right. But let's talk about you. You're a survivor.
34 years.
Wow.
34 years.
That's
I
amazing.
was diagnosed in 1992.
Wow.
I was living in, at the time, I was actually living in Jersey City. I had an apartment in Jersey City.
So you'd made it up from Newark.
I
I'm
made
just
it from- I
joking.
made it from New York to Jersey City.
There you go.
Because I had been hitting around and laying on couches, and
Mhm.
I had lived with two straight boys who were musicians, and they always said, "Hi, man, how you doing?" I'm looking, who fucking late. So they wanted the room that I had for his girlfriend that moving in, so I lost that. So I ended up in Jersey City, and I decided that in 1992 I decided I should get tested. And I went to one of the medical buildings. I went to the doctor actually, and he took the blood. In those days, you had to wait 2-3
Right,
weeks.
3
They
weeks.
make you wait
yes,
that a long
yes,
time.
I remember.
Yeah.
And so, and I had to go down to one of the medical buildings at Jersey
For your
Center,
results.
Jersey Medical Center,
Yeah.
for my results. And I went into this big room. It was May 28th. I remember it well because it was the day after my mother's birthday. Happy birthday, Ma! I got AIDS. There's a present for you.
Jesus, right?
Oh my God.
And so I go into this big room, big, huge room with big windows, like industrial windows that were wide open because it was May 28th and it was warm. And I go in there, and there's all that's in this big room is a desk, a filing cabinet, a chair behind the desk, and a chair next to the filing cabinet, which I was sitting in. And they gave you numbers. There was no names used. There was just
I remember
Right,
that,
I
right?
remember,
Because
yeah.
they couldn't
Yeah.
use
they
names.
couldn't use names.
It had to be
and-
anonymous.
It had to be anonymous, and they used numbers. And so I gave her my number, and she went into the filing cabinet, and she found the number, and she looked at that, pulled out the file, and went like this.
Ugh,
Oh my God.
the whole
And
scenario
she didn't have
is.
to tell me. I could see from her
Wow.
swallowing that she turned to me and said, "This is your number?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "You tested positive."
Oh my God.
And in those days, it was a death sentence.
Yes, it was.
But hold
Yes,
on,
yes.
because in those days, the first wave was in the 80s. I'm impressed that you made it into the 90s in time for the cocktails.
Well,
You were
just-
there,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you did. But you did
just,
it.
but
did
it's
it.
still in those days
Yeah.
was a death sentence.
Yeah,
It
right.
was.
And the woman
And a
said-
horrible
I-
death sentence, like 6 months later, dying a skeleton. Like it was
yeah, and-
horrifying.
And so I
Wow, how to be
I
faced
kind of
with that.
expected it because I lived.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And I lived
Right.
at the Anvil, and I
Yeah.
Right.
anywhere I could do it. bathhouses, whatever. So I teared up a little bit. I didn't get hysterical. I teared up a little bit, and she turned to me and said, "Let me leave you alone for a moment." And she left me in that room.
Wow.
And I got up off the chair, and I walked over to the window. And I stood in the window, and I looked up. Wow. And I looked down, and one thought came to my mind: too messy, and turned around and left.
I hear you. Wow.
Wow.
And here I am, 30, 40 fucking years later.
Yes.
On this podcast with Tim and Wendy. There you go. There was something worth living for here, right? But the thing
why did I
is,
just jump?
so bad. But again, the thing is, and we talked about the timing of things in your life. I was part of a big AIDS organization from the late 80s. I watched tons of people die, late 80s. You were already in the 90s when they had stuff, all the early stuff that wasn't killing people.
Well,
remember AZT and all that killed people.
When I was diagnosed, they first put me on AZT.
I wish I had not. Yeah,
my
right.
T cell count
Plummeted to
Oh my
I had
God.
so few T cells I could name them.
Wow.
It's amazing.
And luckily, another drug, DDI, came out.
I remember that.
Package,
Right.
And you had to mix it in with orange juice or something. It was disgusting. And you had to drink that. And of course, I'm now living I got out of Jersey City because when I was diagnosed, everybody said, get out of Jersey because they have nothing. Go to New York. And so I found an apartment on McDougal Street and started going to the Village Center for Care. But the apartment at McDougal Street was a walk up with a bathroom down the hall.
Oh,
I was
goodness,
the only one that used it.
God, to have to like
bathroom down the hall.
Uh-huh.
And the DDI did a number on you. And so
you had to keep running down the hall to use the bathroom.
One day I didn't make it. I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm going to clean up. And all of a sudden, this woman comes down and said, oh my God. And I hear those damn dogs.
Blame it on the dog.
Yeah, right? When in doubt, blame it on the dogs.
Blame it on the dogs.
Well, and surely you couldn't have been performing during that time because you felt like hell. This is what people don't talk about. They, early on drugs in the 90s, they were working, but they were really making people sick. How do you perform like that?
I could go on stage with 100 and God knows what.
God bless you.
Yeah.
God bless you.
I could go on stage because it makes you forget.
Yeah, right. I hear you.
It makes you forget.
Yeah.
And for
that brief moment,
you're in a whole nother world.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that. I can see that
yeah.
in you.
Yeah.
And that, my friends, is a gift.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what sets you apart, or aside from others.
I've been a fighter kind of all my life. I had a fight because I was a little fat white gay boy in Newark, New Jersey. I had a fight because I was a drag queen.
Yeah.
I had a fight because I had AIDS. And I had a fight because I was drag bashed. I'm in the hospital for 5 days.
Wow.
So it's like, and now I just last couple of weeks ago was in the hospital again with two blood clots.
You had two blood clots
in my lung and one
I know, because I called you and I'm like, oh, I hope you're still coming on the show. Something to live for. No, I'm just joking, but I knew I had seen your post.
Really.
I had seen your post on Facebook, and I told Rollerina also to reach out to you. I talked to her. I'm like, Ruby's in the hospital.
And my whole attitude was, bring it.
Yeah, bring it on.
Yep.
Okay, so you know why I chose that song? Because that fierceness, that determination, and that fight, don't cry out loud. That's what you see in that song.
That was actually that song was taken from the Red Ribbon Review. Two wonderful boys, Brian Muffett and, oh, good grief, there we go again. cute little thing. I remember the brain fart. They put a Red River Review together for Worldwide AIDS Day,
Mhm.
Wow.
and they I'm pissed because I can't remember his name. But
Don't
anyway,
worry.
they put together a show for Worldwide AIDS Day, and it was all performers that were living with HIV.
Nice.
And all music of artists that either died from AIDS or were
Wow.
living with HIV.
Wow.
So that's the second show that I did, and I did Don't Cry Out Loud, and I also did One More Ride on the Merry-Go-Round, which is one of the songs I used to lip sync to.
Yes,
And you
yes,
sing
right,
it.
And
right.
I sang it.
Uh-huh.
I look at the world that I've conquered. I've won every spin of the wheel. I get everything I go after. You ask me, how does it feel?
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, I trade the moon for a string with a large balloon. In the days when I only dream of a dish of vanilla ice cream.
Oh,
Give me
Wow.
one more chance on the midway. Let me laugh and be gay as the clown. Till we back the world, I remember one more ride on the merry-go-round.
Wow.
are you
Wow.
doing this in your show in October?
I may.
I want you to.
because
I just got a feeling.
yeah.
I want you to
haven't
do
done it.
that.
I haven't
Yeah.
done it. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's great.
yeah, it's a beautiful.
It's
song.
a very
Now, you
telling
have-
song.
Jane Oliver was one of her names.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Along with Starry Night.
Now you have been an incredible advocate for HIV, as well as like different organizations.
Yeah, like 10,000 teddy bears. Share
Right,
with us what
right,
you do with
please.
10, because that's a lot of bears, even for
What
you.
I do
That's
is
a lot of bears for Tim.
Oh, baby.
Oh, baby, what would
You
I
wouldn't be
do?
able to bear it. Anyway, I love teddy bears all my life, and I was actually talking to my therapist about this today. Funny, in high school, I was not into sports, but I was the school mascot.
Oh my God, me
How
too.
funny.
School
Tim,
mascot.
you were too.
Yeah.
It was
Wow.
a Behringer Blue Bear, and I had a blue bear costume
Uh-huh.
that I wore, and knew nothing about football, but I did know a few things about the football players
Yeah. Ah.
because I
Just a few.
had a few touchdowns with them.
I'll bet.
And there was one boy who I really was the first boy I ever fell in love with. His name was Angelo Monjovi. I could say it now because he's dead.
Mhm.
But Angelo Monjovi was, and I had encounters with Angelo.
Mhm.
But it was very different than with the other boys that I had encounters with.
Mhm.
It was just, just the other boys. It was just, oh, hello.
Yeah.
But with Angelo, it was a little different. And he was the co-captain of the football team. He was dating Candy Calabrese, who was the co-captain of the cheerleaders. She wasn't putting out. But
And you would
But the
have.
but the Behringer Blue Bear blew.
Yeah.
And this is
That's so funny.
and it was really hysterical because nobody knew I was doing you know what to him.
Uh-huh.
And I fell in love with him. He was the first boy I ever fell in love with.
That was your
Mhm.
first
That
love.
was my
Yeah.
first love.
And he's not here anymore.
no.
Uh-huh.
When I was diagnosed with AIDS, my mom, my dad, and my brother and sister all thought I'd be the first to go.
Mm.
Guess who's left?
Wow.
I live more.
Right.
Mm.
And it's truly it's bittersweet.
Mhm. Yeah.
You know, it's very
Yeah, but look,
bittersweet.
you have so much to give. Your affiliation with the amazing Judson Church. You're
Mm-hmm.
gonna do your show there. You've worked with the food pantry too.
Oh,
Wasn't
yeah.
there an organization that you worked with before?
Powers, Pet Owners with
Was that
AIDS
it?
Resource Service.
That you-
That was mine. Was we took care of the pets of anyone
Uh-huh.
that had HIV or AIDS.
Uh-huh.
Unless you had a pet at that time, you wouldn't have been one of our clients.
Yeah. No.
But you did the food pantry. I know that.
I still do.
Yeah.
I was going to take a little break, but I'd stop. But it's still in my blood, so
Mhm.
I go back. I do what I can do.
But the fact is, you're doing it. You
for,
know.
Yes.
For 60 years.
Yes.
Methodist Baptist
Amazing.
Church, the food
Thank
pantry.
you. Thank
And
you.
I actually went there. I went there as a client. I went there to
Mhm.
get food
Mhm.
because, you know,
And now you're paying it back.
and I
Yeah.
always try to pay it back.
Yeah. Which
That's
is
a- that's
how
obvious.
life
that's
should-
wonderful.
To me, that's how life should be.
That's
I
exactly
agree.
right.
I
No.
agree. One hand washes the
A
other.
lot of your performances have been benefit performances for other
Yeah, I just did
organizations.
the one I did with
Judson,
you came at Judson was raise money for Judson Memorial Church. They every year they have a Judson weekend, and they go to like a camp and they go up to Connecticut to the Incarnation Center, and we spend Friday and Saturday nights there, and then Sunday morning they have a little chapel. We have a church service there, and then we come home, and I never would have had the money to go. I'm living off of a small income because when I worked, it was all cash.
Yep.
Right.
Which was
there's
great.
no pension. That's what people know. There's no
right,
pension at the end
It
of the
was
day.
great at the time, but then shit hits the fan, and
you're left high and dry.
And you know what? So I'm trying not to say fuck too many times, but so that jar with Ethel Merman.
We should have had a jar here. Silly me! I thought of everything.
We were talking beforehand that I think it was Hello Dolly. Somebody came in to Ethel Merman and said, because she was just swearing about the storm, put the jar down and said, "This is our swear jar. Every time you swear, you got to put a nickel in." And she goes, "Here, put me down for fucking $20," and threw a 20 in.
Yeah.
I'm sure she said fucking buck. And so anyway,
oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. We go down rabbit holes.
Yeah.
You're doing the thing
with hole I can
because she's Ruby Rims, and you heard how she got her name.
I always try to give back because help one another.
Absolutely.
Help
That's how life
another.
should be. Definitely.
I agree.
Help one another because there may be a day that you need help, and I did.
Mm-hmm.
And the food pantry helped me, and they would give you back. In those days, they would give you 2 bags of food, and that was it. And you would find some pinto beans or some beans, black beans on somebody's
protein. Beans are protein.
You would find them on somebody's car, the hood of somebody's car, or someone's front porch steps. And first of all, a lot of people don't have kitchens.
They don't have,
luckily I do, but they don't have kitchens. How the hell are they supposed to cook freaking beans?
Exactly.
And so they decided to make a client's choice. They set up tables with all the different dairy, protein.
So you just go around and you can
go around, and depending upon the size of your family, you get a certain amount of food. And so I heard they were doing that, and I went to Thomas, who was running it at the time. I said, "You're going to need a lot of people for this." He says, "Yes." I said, "Can I help?" And he says, "Yes." And that's how it started.
Nice. Very nice.
Amazing.
And 16 years later.
Here we are.
Well,
we have some comments. Yeah, we want to read our comments too. Wait, let me get my glasses.
I'll let you do that.
Tim, can you scroll while I read?
Oh, there we go. Jim Cunningham. Hey, from North Carolina. It says,
hey there, Tim. Jack. Jack Phelan knows history and knows you.
Hi, honey. I got a Christmas card from
Jack was there with me that night. You got pictures. Ruby Rims, a New York classic icon. Hey, Wendy. Hello, Jack. Thank you for tuning in today. Yes. Oh, Felipe. Hello. Take good care of that shoulder.
Yes. Watch that shoulder.
Hi, honey.
Watch that shoulder. Tell Ruby that her envelope came back to me, that I mailed her photo.
Oh, must have mailed you a photo. And
I don't know. I will talk.
Okay.
Yeah. I have her address too. I don't have your zip code, so I can always give that to you if you want to resend it. Yeah. Harvey Beans, that's our wonderful friend Suze Genero. Hello, everyone. Felipe, here we go. The anvil. Okay, let's talk. Here we go. Yes, I eventually put a dildo up his ass. LOL. Thank you for letting me say that, Felipe. I just feel so much better.
My ass, it was Toby's.
Oh, it was. So it's important that we know whose ass we're talking about. Thank you very much for that. That's Suze Genero. Hello, dolls. Thank you. Okay, and Felipe is here in the house. Thank you. And Rose Trentman is Jack again. Wow, Ruby Rims, you two remember the Gilded Grape. Jack Wood also. Yep. I say it was Noah's last stop with all the ODs from his ark. Loved it. What a dive, Wendy Stuart. And hey guys, Danny Higgins, how are you? Loving those earrings. Oh, thank you. They came from Dorothy Bishop. But you mean Ruby's earrings? We don't know whose earrings you meant. Jack is My Heart Belongs to Daddy. You sang I would love to hear you do that. Let's do that at your show.
Oh, I think I saw you do that at the Mac Awards one time.
No.
The Hideaway Hotel rented by the half hour. See, Jack has all the dirty details. A bed in a kitchen. I mean, Jack would remember.
Do you remember when we had the dressing? It's when I first started, and you were up there. We had the dressing room in the hotel.
Wow.
Jesse Luttrell.
And here's Jesse. I told Jesse, after you told
honey.
me about Jesse, I told her, there's the old lady.
Jesse did a drag night for Teddy Cares.
Jesse's great. We love Jesse.
Jesse says, "There's the old lady," and also Wendy and Ruby Rims. Bitch.
Thank you. Jesse is a bitch.
Bitch. He means butch. The only difference between butch and bitch is you and I.
I love it. And Rose Trentman in Florida. Brilliant. Hello, dear friends. Hello, Rose. Thank you for tuning in today.
Rose
That's
Trentman.
Our wonderful friend
She
Rose.
was the only female
wrestler.
boxing commissioner.
Commissioner.
wow.
Yeah, I keep saying wrestler. She's a boxing commissioner. Greetings from South Beach. Very hot and loving your show. Loving that you're loving our show. Ruby Rims, God bless and love you. Yeah, that's wonderful coming from Rose. That's from Rose Trentman.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This has been like such an incredible show. So
and
great.
You have got to come back again so that we can get more stories. You've got the best stories.
There's more in there, girl. We know that there's more stories in there.
And there, hopefully by December, there will be, and early next year, there will be a book.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would expect with this live.
Before we close this thing, I want to remind you all.
Podcast.
Who knew?
Who knew what a podcast was?
In my days, cell phones were something you had in jail. I am doing a show, as you mentioned earlier, October 30th, which is the night before my birthday, and actually 42 years to the day that I stepped into Judson Memorial Church.
Wow.
And the cover charge is $30. Cash. Do not bring your little PayPal buddy because he ain't working.
There will be no square at this show.
No. I just cash, please. Yeah. And bring a little extra because I'm going to pass the basket, and I love baskets. So
you're going to pass them.
So October 30th, and you can make a reservation. If you're going, anybody's on Facebook, please read my page because it's up there.
Ruby Rims.
Right.
And
she leaves a number you can call to make the reservation. And here's the best part about making this reservation. She picks up the phone. She's a person taking it. Really blew me away. I'm like, who am I talking to? I thought it was a church lady. She's
I am a church lady. I am a church lady. What can I say?
Church lady.
I've sung at Judson in drag, and it's wonderful. And ever since that day, I went back and sang, and now I'm go there more. And I sing quite often there for service.
I would hope, yeah.
They don't pay the entertainers. They don't pay the singers. But every year they give me the room, so it's kind of like so I can make a few bucks, and the day after my birthday, I'm getting on a plane and I'm going to Vegas.
Viva
Las Wages! Viva Las Wages! Viva Las Wages!
Tell us what you're doing in Vegas.
Anyone I can. Bingo. I'm a bingo.
Do you do slots? Nice. You do bingo? You do slots?
Bingo. I do slots and I do bingo.
Okay.
Slots or slots?
It's the same difference.
It's the only difference between O and you.
Sluts.
Sluts.
She likes pulling the lever and seeing what comes out.
Oh, you
Forget it.
Anyway, that's about. I guess our time's almost up, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, are you have a clock on us?
I don't know.
I'm just joking. She's like, how much longer is this going to go on for?
Wrap it up and give us a gift.
Okay, we always take a picture at the end.
Yeah, we'll get one.
Yeah. So thank you everyone who tuned in today.
We just love Ruby Rims.
We hope you enjoyed this show as much as we enjoyed having Ruby Rims here.
To me, it was a drag. That's what I have to say.
Just another
a
drag.
legend right here.
See you next week. Bye-bye.
Yeah.